And welcome here, ladies and gentlemen, for this matchup between the Whalers and the Bombers. Puck drop for the first period is about to be underway. And here we go. Bombers will win it back early on this one. Back for Connor Grace. He'll move it up to Swain. And that one will go down the length of the ice. Bombers getting back from the 2026 Ice Jam in Bedford, Nova Scotia. They went all the way to the championship and ended up losing it to the Gulls, first place in their league. So they're looking for a win and a little bit of a bounce back here in their home ice. As there's a battle for it at the dot. Moved up to Taylor. Taylor throws it over and it takes a shot on net. Taylor in deep, trying to play it in off the skate, and he will. A goal for the Whalers early. Didn't even realize that one went in as Taylor puts it in the back of the net off of the goalie's skate. And the captain will open the scoring for the Whalers. Draw here at center ice once again. Just a short 20 seconds into it. Miller handing it back. Matatal trying to move that one up. McIntosh with it now. He'll play it over to McDonald in the slot. He can't get that one. McDonald moving it up. Matatal trying to throw it in on net from the blue line. And he'll get intercepted on that one. McIntosh battling for it though. He'll cross blue as he brings it back in. Dumps it in deep for McDonald behind the net. McDonald still battling for it. It's moved up to the line. Shot from Ross and it's tipped up high and onto the glass. Whalers looking to move things out here. Battle for it in the neutral zone. Whalers will get it and they'll dump it in. Down behind the net for Matatal. He'll make a stretch pass up into the neutral. McDonald will lose that one. Now here come the Whalers the other way. Walking in, trying to play that over, and it's covered up by Mason Gunn, who's in between the pipes tonight for the Bombers. Draw here to the right of Gunn in the Bombers' end. Bombers trying to win that one back. It'll go up for the Whalers who take a 1T from the line. Taylor pushing in for it. He'll pinch and throw it into the corner. As Little's in the battle for it. It's played in front, but the Bombers get there first. Reed battling for it. That one's played down and Whalers take possession. McDougall, he'll throw it in. Back around for Elijah Little. He'll move it back into the open ice for Connor Grace. Grace moving into the neutral now. He'll bring it in to the Whalers' end. Walking in, a shot on net. Off the shoulder, rebounds alive. Trying to poke that one in. But the Whalers will go the other way with it now. It's up for McDonald. McDonald trying to toe drag his way around. He's in, trying to get the shot off. But he can't get that one as Whittemore blocks his stick. Moved up to the line. Whalers still in possession. Another shot. Blocked. A big block by Bowden. And Hills chase it down the end of the ice. Big hit there and behind, but Whalers still get possession. Now moving with it. Wakeham with a shot on net off the pad, and it bounces off the boards right back in front, and it's gloved up by Gunn. Draw here in the Bombers zone again. Bombers win it back. Whittemore throwing it around. McDaniel trying to race for it. He's got Taylor there. Taylor will throw it back in. Whittemore grabbing it behind the net. Into the corner. He's going to get some pressure put on him as that's moved up. Swain trying to poke that one around. Wakeham gets it. He'll try and take a shot on net. And he gets blocked in front by Swain. Still battling. Wakeham still with it. He'll bring it up to the line. Playing it over. Whalers with a shot on net. Tipped in front. Rebound goes in behind. as Little moves it. Anderson now taking it into the neutral for the Bombers. He'll play it through, a shot on net, and that goes just wide. It'll circle around to the neutral as that's passed back, and we're going to get an offside call here. Draw here, just outside the Whalers zone. Bombers will win it back with the help of Lane Miller. Matatal moving it over. Ross will cross red and throw it in on net, and that'll get covered up. Draw one back by the Bombers, up to Ross at the line. Tipped in front a couple times, and it's covered up again. Bombers in possession, moving it in. McIntosh in the slot. He'll cut back. He gets hit off that one into the boards. McDonald in there battling with him. He'll bring that one out, still with it. McDonald in the neutral, in the slot. He'll get it again. McDonald walking in. He'll play it over for Ross. Ross in the corner. He'll play it around the back of the net into the open ice. Miller racing for it. That's thrown around. Whalers with possession now. Ross trying to keep that one in, but he'll get it out to McDonald. Matatal moving it up, and that one's tipped in front. Little scrum in front of the benches there. That one's dumped into the Whalers zone by the Bombers. Chisholm now trying to break his way out. Reed grabs it. Plays it in for Frazier. Frazier circling around to Reed, and that one's intercepted. Johnson moving it now for the Whalers. Playing it over, but Grace gets there first, and he'll dump it back into the Whalers zone. Back behind their own net now, moving it to Reed in front of the benches, but Johnson gets it. And he'll backhand it into the Bombers' end and head off for a change. Little couldn't get his stick on that one. Whalers. Bowen with a shot on net, and it's covered up by Gunn. Draw here in the Bombers' zone now. Pushing it through. McDougall with a quick shot there off the draw. Whalers in possession, up to the line. Chisholm with a shot. That one goes wide. Moved around. Taylor racing in for it. He'll play it into the corner. Grace gets it. He'll move it to Reed. Reed trying to find a pass out. But it goes up to Taylor, and it's gloved up by Gunn. Draw here in the Bombers' zone again. McDougall taking the draw for the Whalers. Little will win it, and he'll try and play it out, but Wakeham's there at the line. Move back around. McDaniel firing it through, and Little will tip that one down the length of the ice, but not far enough across the line, and we'll get an icing. .24 left to go. Whalers win it back. It's pushed in. Whittemore grabbing it behind his net. He'll play it around the corner. Swain's there. Moving it through. Little grabbing it. In the corner. He'll move it to Swain. Swain along the boards. Trying to dangle away his out of the zone. He'll blow a tire on that play. Leonard trying to get that one in for the Whalers. Nobody can seem to get the puck on their stick as it's moved out to the neutral. Little firing it up for Anderson. A little too far ahead. It's back, turned over, and the Bombers will have to take a moment as Anderson's in the zone, and they'll dump it in. Fired around. Whalers trying to break this one out. Anderson backhanding it into the corner. Cohen Little walking his way in with the shot blocked in front. Another one, and that goes just wide. Along the boards now. Cohen Little moving it over, and that one's intercepted, and it'll fly high down the length of the ice. McDonald has it. He'll walk his way in and tries to get a shot off, but Whittemore with a nice play there as McDonald's down on the ice. Little walking his way in. He'll skate his way around, and we're going to have to blow the whistle here. As McDonald was down. He's up and all right, heading to the bench now.
What's up, buddy?
McDonald back on the bench. He's up and doing all right. The draw here will be in the Whalers zone. Pushing it through is McDonald. Playing it into the corner. He'll make a hit. Bryce throwing it around. Whalers trying to break this one out again, and they'll get up to the line. Ross there with a quick shot from the blue line. Goes wide. Matitol getting the rebound. He'll throw it back in. McIntosh trying to lay the body in the corner. He'll get possession of the puck. Whalers now. They'll start to break it out as that goes down the length of the ice. Ross there. And a little bit of a high hit there. No call on that one. Ross with a nice move there. Another nice move to get around, but that's poked away by Brown. So he'll take it with a slap shot, and that's saved. Moved around again. Picking that one up. Here comes Miller. Miller in the neutral. He'll make a play over to Ross. Ross on his way in. He'll play it down in behind the net. Battling for it. McDonald trying to lay the body. That one's moved out. Sim making his way into the Bomber zone. He'll dump it and chase after it. Brown in there as well. Grace getting there. He'll move it up to Reed. Reed battling for the Bombers. Bowden moving it to the neutral, trying to make a pass up to Frazier, but that one goes off his foot and down in deep. Moving it around. Bowden trying to keep the pressure on. As that one flies up and into the Bombers zone. No icing on this play. Elijah Little moving it. Fired down. Grace getting it tipped in by Bowden, and he'll chase after that one. Reed in there as well. Battle for it along the boards now. It's moved up. Little at the line. Hands it over to Grace. Grace with a quick shot, and that one's off the blocker and out. Into the corner, playing it around. Whalers with possession. They'll flip it up high and down the ice. Racing forward is Taylor, trying to poke his way around. But Grace is in. Move up to the line. Wakeham keeping it in. He'll glove it down. And we're going to get a hand pass call here. Pushed through by Little on the draw. It's up for Anderson. Anderson crossing blue. He'll skate his way into the corner. He'll get pressured in there. Still battling for it. Anderson coming out with it. He'll take it behind the net and make a backhand pass. It's back up for Anderson in the corner. He'll move up to Whittemore at the line. Whittemore will pinch in with it. Into the corner, battling for it. As that goes around, Whittemore goes down hard. Up to Anderson at the line. That one's blocked in front by Leroux. As it's back out. Cohen Little keeping it in as he throws it in on net. Whalers trying to break it out now, but it's back. They'll get possession again. Wakeham playing it over. Up to Leroux. Leroux back to Wakeham. Still battling forward as that's stumped in. Moved around McDaniel. Stretch pass up to Little, who will dump it in. Down behind the net now. Whalers with possession in their own zone. Johnson playing it over. Along the boards now. Intercepted by McDonald. He'll try and chuck it back in. As that goes out. Miller handing it back to Ross. Ross to Matatal. Back to Ross, and that one flicks off his stick. But Ross will get it back as he moves it to McIntosh. McIntosh trying to play his way in, but he gets some pressure. Ross firing it up. Miller along the boards. He'll battle for it. That one gets played in. Whalers in possession. They'll move it up. And that one doesn't hit his stick, so we'll get an icing. Draw here in the Whalers zone. Move back Bombers with a quick shot, blocked in front by Johnson. He'll make a stretch pass up and it just gets by. Icing on this play. Draw here back in the Whalers zone. Bombers looking to tie things up before the first period comes to an end. McDonald wins that one back. It's up for Grace. He'll play it in, and the ref fell in front of Miller, so he couldn't get that pass. But it's up for McDonald to Grace. Grace with a shot on net, and that's gloved up there. Gordy Black with a big save there as he tries to keep the Whalers lead. Frazier winning that one back. Another quick shot blocked in front, and it's up to the line, and it'll sneak out. Elijah Little grabbing it. He'll move it over to Grace. Grace to Little. Little playing it in as Reed tries to poke that one in, but it'll flip up. Draw just outside the Whalers zone here. Battle for it as it goes up. McDougall battling for it, as well as Brown. McDougall will grab it. Skates his way in with a quick shot. That rebound bounces down, and the Bombers are trying to get that out of there. Fired up. Bowden skating his way in. Nice toe drag move there, but he can't get a shot off. Bowden, he gets taken down. And now the Whalers with possession in their own zone. They'll start to break it out. Brown making his way up the ice. Avoids the hit from Whittemore there. But Bombers with possession now. Another hit mid-ice there. That one goes down the length of the ice. No icing on this play as it was tipped. And Gunn loses his stick there for a moment. As it's up for Anderson. And thrown back down. Battling for it. The Whalers trying to throw that one in, but it's kept out by Grace. Wakeham moving it. Taylor will tip that one in, but McDaniel will grab it and throw it up, and that one hits the ref, and the Whalers will dump it back in to the Bombers' end. Whittemore playing it up off the boards, trying to get that one out to the neutral. No icing on this play as it goes down into the the Whalers' end. Wakeham getting that one in the corner. Behind the net, Anderson trying to lay a body. Going Little. Up to McDaniel with a quick shot. Bounces around into the slot but stays out. Swain trying to backhand it in front for Anderson, but that's moved up. Ross at the line. He'll play it in. Going Little with a quick shot, and that one hits the outside of the netting. Anderson battling for that one as well as Swain. LaRoe will get it out for the Whalers. Into the neutral now. Waycam walking his way in, and he'll get that one into the corner, but Ross grabs it. Ross avoids the hit there. Shot still goes on net. McDaniel throwing it up for Anderson. Anderson crossing blue. He'll skate in for Little. Little with a shot, and he scores!
A late first period goal for Cody Little.
Owen Little wearing the C today ties things up for the Bombers. Just 52 seconds left. Draw here, one back by the Whalers. Miller and Johnson with a little bit of a battle, at the draw there. Played in, quick shot, blocked in front. Whalers with possession. Moved up and shot again, blocked by Ross. He'll grab it. Ross bringing it in. Skating his way into the corner of the Whalers zone. Moving it through now is McDonald. McDonald playing it off for Miller. Nice pass. Miller in deep. Played up for Miller again, trying to get the shot off, and it's poked away by Johnson. Now he'll go the other way with it. And that one's going to be offside against the Whalers. With just 8 seconds left to go here in this first period. Draw here just outside the Bombers zone. Whalers grabbing it, and they'll throw it in. Little grabbing it, moving it to Grace. Grace holding that one back to Little. And that'll be the end of the first period. Both teams getting one. Whalers getting their first in the first 20 seconds. Bombers getting their first in the last 50 seconds. We'll take a quick break here, folks. We'll be back in just a second with the second period. And welcome back here, folks, for the second period. Puck is dropped and the Whalers win it back quick. The score is 1-1 after 15 minutes. Goalies have switched sides. Whalers in possession now, but the Bombers will sneak that one out. It'll be an icing here. Or no, it won't. Puck didn't go down far enough. McIntosh putting on some pressure. Playing that one up. Whalers will throw it down, and they'll get the icing this time. Now the draw here in the Whalers zone. Bombers winning that one back. McDaniel, he'll move it in for Swain along the board. Swain fanning on that one, but McDaniel still gets the 1-tee off. It looks like we're going to get a penalty here against the Whalers for head contact. So it looks like Sim will head to the box here, and the Bombers will get their first power play of the game. This power play is brought to you by the Pictou County Wellness Center in Sellerton, Nova Scotia. Just waiting here for the box to throw that penalty up on the boards. On the scoreboard, excuse me. And there we go. So now Bombers with a 2-minute man advantage as they try and take their first lead of the game. They'll win it back. It's moved up to Grace at the line. Grace walking his way with it. He'll move it over. McDonald with a quick shot goes off the shoulder. Rebounds alive, still battling for it. Whalers trying to get it out. He'll go off for McDonald. Along the boards, he'll move it up to Grace at the line. Grace down in deep for Anderson. Anderson, he'll move it back to Grace. Grace with a quick shot, and that one goes wide. McDonald with the rebound. It's moved up to Grace. Grace, Anderson with a quick shot again, and he scores! Anderson gives the Bombers the lead with the power play goal, and what a shot it was. Bombers up 2-1 quickly here in the second period. We're back to even strength as the Bombers win that draw back. Whittemore flipping it up off the boards. Reed getting it, and he'll throw it down. Black coming out of his net to make a play with it. As it's moved up, McDaniel keeping it at the line. McDaniel with another shot blocked in front by Leroux, and that one's saved by Black. Reed moving up to the line. Whittemore with another shot. That one's tipped in front and goes wide. McDaniel pinching in for it as he tries to play it back, but that is intercepted and moved up to Taylor. Taylor walking his way into the Bombers zone. Nice move there, but Whittemore shuts him down. Battling for that one. McDaniel moving it. Reed now going down the other way, and he'll backhand it in. Craig still battling, and he'll move it off. Whalers breaking it out again. Taylor handing it over. Chips there. He'll lose that one, and Ross will grab it and throw it in. Craig looking for a passing option. He'll take his time in his zone. He'll skate into the neutral with it. Crosses red. He'll lose that one, but Chip fires it up, and that one hits a stick and hits the scoreboard there. So the draw here will be just outside the Whalers zone. McDonald winning it back quick to Ross. Ross taking a moment. He'll throw it into the zone. Chisholm's there to grab it. Chisholm playing it up. That one's intercepted and flips over to McDonald. McDonald will take it in as he tries to avoid a hit there. McIntosh in deep with it. He'll move it to McDonald. McDonald up to the line for Ross. Ross with a shot blocked in front. A big block there from Mosier. McDonald for the Bombers, handing it over. As Matatal throws it up and Miller tips it in. That goes in deep. Whalers trying to break this one out. Johnson couldn't get his stick fully on it. Grace in his own zone. Playing that one around. Elijah Little. He'll make a stretch pass up to Anderson. It's a little too far behind him, but he'll still get the tip in. Played around. McDonald trying to intercept that pass. Taylor with it. He'll move it up. Johnson loses that one to Swain. Swain with a nice move there. He'll walk in, hands it over to Little, and it's a little too far ahead of Little. To Grace. Grace with a quick shot, and it's gloved up by Black. So the draw here now in the Whalers zone. 16:28 left to go in the second. Bombers will win it back. It's up. Grace will have to race for it. He moves it in for Swain. Swain moving it to Anderson. To Grace. Grace with a shot. Tips in front and stays out. Off for Anderson. To Little. To Swain. And that one's intercepted. But Swain getting it back and throwing it into the open ice. Little getting there. He'll play it into the corner. That's moved around. Wakeham there. Trying to play it back over. Sim will grab it and he'll tip it up and we'll get a Whalers icing. Draw here in the Whalers zone. One back to Bowden. Bowden skating his way in. He's poked off that one. Moved up. Whittemore getting it. Voids the hit from Brown. It's tipped out of his possession as McDaniel throws it back into the Whalers' end. Bowden laying the body there. Flip through. As Sim gets by Reed and moves it. McDougal with a quick shot goes wide. Rebound. As they try and flip that one in. Sim getting it. He'll play it up to the line. Whalers with a shot on net. As that goes off of Whittemore as he takes possession. Moving it to Bowden. A nice pass there. Bowden walking his way in. He'll cut back. Looking for a passing option.
Why is there nobody over there?
And he'll lose that one. But coming in to grab it is Frazier, and he'll dump it back into the corner. Wakeham getting there first. He'll play it over. Moving it up, it's intercepted by Whittemore. He'll walk in over to Miller. Miller, another drop pass to McDonald, and they try and poke that one in. One too many passes. They couldn't get the shot off there. And it's covered up by Black. Draw here in the Whalers zone once again. Moved up to the line. Ross playing it in along the boards for Miller. Miller's hit off that one. Whalers with possession, and they'll throw it down. Matatal grabbing it. He'll play it up as it's stumped back in. Another shot on net. Rebound's alive. Whalers with another shot. Chip trying to keep that one out. And it stays out. A big save from Mason Gunn. Maybe a little bit of pushing and shoving in front of the net. Whalers will get some fresh legs out there. Drop one back by the Bombers as they try and get that one out. Miller battling for it. Goes back for Grace. Grace flipping it off the boards and out to the neutral. That one's thrown back in. We'll get a stoppage in play, because I believe that one hit the netting. Draw just inside the Whalers zone. One back to Grace. Grace walking his way in. He'll lose that one, however. Mosier going the other way, getting his way around, but he's hit off that one. Now a big hitting along the boards. Elijah Little down. Up and all right. That one flips just past. Grace getting it out of the danger zone. As they flip that one up. Grace trying to get it to McIntosh, but that pass doesn't go where they wanted to. Mosier with the shot, and it's gloved up by Gunn. A big save there. Draw here in the Whalers zone. Back to Anderson. Anderson trying to poke it out to the neutral, and he will, but there'll be a battle for it along the benches, excuse me. Going Little. Grabbing it. He'll walk his way in. Plays it in for McDonald. A quick shot, and it's off the shoulder. Or Swain, excuse me. Bombers trying to keep it in. Anderson couldn't get his stick fully on that one, so Sim will bring it out. As that stick goes flying, doesn't look like we're going to get a call on that one. Nobody can get their stick on it. Anderson, he'll finally grab it. Gets slashed there, no call on that one either. Another quick shot from Little. Trying to poke that one through. Rebound's alive, and it's covered up as Black dives for it. A big stop there. Draw here in the Whalers zone. Whalers trying to push that one through. And Taylor will get it out to the neutral. Waycamp going the other way now. Skating his way in, it's poked away by McDaniel. Into the corner now, battling for it. Waycamp playing it over, and Taylor misses that one too. Reed getting his way through. He's hit off that one by Waycamp. Waycamp with possession in his own zone. He'll lose that one to a poke check as Bowden gets it in the corner. Bowden trying to skate his way around with it. Getting some pressure from Taylor. Reed's in there to help, however. That one's played up. Sim grabbing it. He'll bring it out to the neutral for the Whalers. And he'll dump it in on net. Ross grabbing it off of Gunn. Moving it up to Reed. Reed plays it up for McDonald. McDonald skating his way in now, and he's going to lose a tire on that one. That one's played up, almost intercepted there by Miller as it goes back for Ross. Battling for it. Leroux getting it through. He's trying to get possession of that one, and he will. Leroux, he'll bring it across blue. A couple nice moves there. But that one's tipped away, and Miller will start to go the other way now. He's hooked there. We're going to get another Whalers penalty here as McDonald skates his way in. Nice move there. McDonald poking it through. What a goal. Jackson McDonald, as he was falling, pokes it through the 5-hole. It makes it 3-1 for the Bombers. A big goal there. We'll line up at center. And the Bombers win it back as Elijah Little throws that one in, and Black will cover it. Draw here in the Whalers zone. Whalers win it back. Waycamp throwing it around. Moved up, Sim trying to poke that one out, and he will. It's off for Grace. Grace over to Little. Little will throw it into the Whalers zone. Played in. Little with a quick shot there as that one goes wide. Elijah Little at the line, keeping it in. He'll throw it into the corner where Waycamp picks it up. And that one's thrown out. Grace firing it up to Swain, and Swain tips it in. In deep, and that one's thrown down the length of the ice. We'll get an icing here against the Whalers. Draw one back by the Whalers. Waycamp grabbing it. He'll skate his way through and make a nice pass up to Taylor in the neutral zone. Taylor bringing it in. Skating his way around. He'll look for a pass. It's back down in for Taylor. Taylor handing it over. Connors with a shot, and that one's tipped in front. Rebound's alive. Taylor trying to get there, and Gunn dives for that one and gloves it up. Draw one back by the Whalers in the Bombers' end. Still battling for it. Chip keeps it in, throws it in onto Gunn. He'll let it play for Whittemore. Whittemore moving it up now. It's kept in at the line. Down into the corner now. Playing it around. Whittemore moving it out. Frazier. Frazier skating his way into the Whalers zone now. He's going to get some pressure. That one plays around. Whittemore throwing it in on net, blocked in front. Whalers coming the other way as that one flies down, and we'll get an icing here. McDonald winning that one back. Ross. He'll play it in. That one flips up high and goes wide. Back around. Chisholm grabbing it, and he'll try and bring it out. Hands it off to Chip. Chip throwing it into the neutral as Mosier grabs it. He'll bring it into the Bombers zone. McDonald getting it off him. He'll play it up for Miller. Miller looking for a pass. He'll play it over to McIntosh. Quick shot, and that one just saved there on the pad of Black. Moved up now, Leroux skating his way in with a quick shot, blocked in front by Matitol. Pulling it off Brown, handing it back in as McIntosh throws it up to Miller. Miller trying to get a pass off, it's back for McIntosh. McIntosh to McDonald. McDonald trying to get it back to McIntosh, he'll poke his way through. That one goes down the length of the ice. We'll get an icing here against the Whalers. Draw here in the Whalers zone. Bombers win it back. It's up for Grace. Grace playing it in. Swain into the slot for Anderson, and he can't get a shot off as it's thrown back in. Whalers with possession behind their net. Moving it up to Mosier. Mosier playing it up. That one's poked away, but Leroux's there to pick it up. Leroux to Brown. That one's tipped away. Bombers in possession. A little too far ahead, a little. As it's played down. Back into the Bombers zone. Little grabbing it. Playing it up to Swain as Swain flips it up high and in. Little trying to get that one. He'll get it to Anderson. Anderson with a quick shot, and it's covered up by Black. Battling for it, pushed through by Wakeham. He'll bring it out to the neutral. Playing it through, McDougall racing for it. Into the corner now. McDougall skating it behind the back of the net. Handing it off for Taylor. Taylor gets hit off that one, still gets it to McDougall, but the McDougall can't get the pass off, so it's up for Anderson. Anderson handing it back. Little taking his time with it. He'll move it over. A nice pass there to Whittemore with a quick shot. It's blocked in front by Taylor. Played up and around. Cohen Little at the line. Plays it over to Swain. Can't get a stick on that one. Still battling for that. Whalers trying to move it out now, and they will. Bombers keep it in. As that one's flipped back up. Ross with it. He'll throw it down for Anderson. A nice pass there. Anderson skating his way in. Backhands it to Cohen Little, who will dump it into the corner. And that one's flipped out to Ross. Ross in the neutral, hands it back to Matatal. Matatal to Frazier, he can't get the puck on his stick. It's off for McDougall, and he'll head off for a change. Reed to Frazier. Frazier walking in. Skating his way around, looking for a pass. He'll play it in front for Bowden with a quick 1-2 there as it goes wide. Playing up into the neutral and down the length of the ice for Matatal. Taking it behind his own net. He'll play it up off the boards to Bowden. Bowden throwing it in on the boards into Whalers zone, down in deep. Chisholm trying to get there. Grace pinching in, he'll grab it, moves it up to Frazier. Frazier back to Grace. Grace walking in. He'll play it into the slot, and the rebound's thrown back out to Elijah Little. Back to Grace. Grace with another quick shot. That one goes wide. Little racing to get there. He'll get some pressure from Johnson. Little throwing it into the corner as the Bombers get a couple fresh legs out there. Moving it now is Chisholm as he plays it up to Sim, but McDonald intercepts that one. McDonald in his own zone. He'll play it around for Elijah Little. A Little. Moving it up. Whalers throwing it back into the Bombers zone. We'll get an icing. Draw here in the Whalers zone. McDonald winning it back. Grace pushing in for it. He'll go into the corner. Another quick shot and he scores. Connor Grace makes it 4-1 for the Bombers. A nice short side shot there as Connor Grace buries one and makes things 4-1 with 5 minutes left in the second period. Draw one back by the Bombers. Move over. Grace playing it to Elijah Little. Little throwing it in deep for Miller, who tips it in as Taylor gets back. He'll play it up off the glass and into the neutral as the Bombers try and take possession once again. McDonald handing it off for Grace. Grace trying to play it over, but that one goes into the feet of Miller. Down the other way now. Wakeham and get over, and that goes in behind the net off a block shot. McIntosh trying to make a stretch pass. It'll go over to Miller, to McDonald. A nice pass there. McDonald playing it in. McIntosh, and it's in his feet. He can't get the shot off. That goes in. Whittemore playing it in front. That one goes wide. Wakeham will throw it down the length of the ice. No wasting on this play as it wasn't far enough. Played up now. Swain walking his way in. Swain to Anderson with a quick shot. That goes wide. Little getting there. He'll move it up to Whittemore, whose shot goes off. And it's up. Mosier's in. A quick shot there and a big save. Rebound's alive. And that one gets tipped past Brown. Throwing in the rebound. Making things 4-2. Mosier goes down. An initial big save from Gunn. But the rebound popped right back in front, for Brown. And he'll just tap it in as Gunn couldn't get back in time. 4-2 for the Bombers. Bombers getting it on that draw, moving it back to Ross. Ross, Matatal, back to Ross. Ross playing it up to Little. Little skating his way in. Into the corner. He'll skate around, trying to play it in. But that one is saved by Black. Anderson grabbing it. Another quick shot. Blocked up, and it'll go into the netting.
Whalers goal, score number 11, Alexander Brown. Assistant number 16, Jackson Motion. Now for the second period goal, 16-16.
One back by the Whalers as Swain's in there battling for. Gets it out for Little. Little playing it, and it flips off the pad and into the glove of Black. Draw here in the Whalers zone. Frazier winning it back. Little with the shot. That goes high and wide. As Bowden puts the pressure on, the Whalers will get it out. Johnson trying to play that one in. Goes back as Norton Connors flips it up high and onto the net. But Frazier's there. He'll play it around the back. Moving up to a Little. Trying to get there's Grace, and he will. Grace bringing it in now. Crossing blue. He'll take a quick shot. A big save there. Anderson having a look. He'll play it in the slot for Bowden. Can't get a shot off. Grace keeping it in at the line. In deep. Playing it in front. As a few bodies are down there. Whalers in the corner now. Moving it to Chip. Chip gets hit into the boards there by Miller. It's back. Little playing it up for Bowden. Bowden will cross blue. Saucer pass over to Miller. Miller to Grace. Grace with a shot, and it's gloved up there by Black. Played back, McIntosh moving it to Miller. Miller with a shot there. Miller with a shot there, excuse me. As it's gloved up by Black again. McDonald winning that one back. Whittemore to McDaniel. He'll play it in. Rebound is kicked away by Black. Whittemore pinching into the corner. He'll lose his footing on that one.
Penalty.
And we're going to get a penalty here against the Whalers for, I presume, tripping. Against Taylor. That's number 9, Taylor. So now the Bombers with another power play opportunity. This Bombers power play is brought to you by the Pictou County Wellness Center. Grace to Anderson. Anderson trying to play it through. That pass is blocked by Wakeham, trying to poke that one out. But it's kept in by the Bombers. Bowden moving it to McDonald. McDonald along the boards. He'll make a nice pass to Grace. Grace with a shot on net, goes off the post and stays out. As McDonald picks up the rebound. Into the slot for Little, and he scores! Cohen Little with the 1-tee. Makes it 5-2 for the Bombers. A nice play there. Another power play goal here for the Bombers. With 1:48 left in play. As the Bombers win it back with the help of McIntosh. Ross. Matatal back to Ross. As that one flips up high and it's stick down by Mosier. We'll get a high stick.
Jack Taylor, 2 minutes for tripping. Down to penalty 2:16 in the second period.
draw here just outside the Whalers zone. The Whalers win it back. Craig moving it over. Trying to break that one out. It's passed up to Mosier. Mosier skating in, looking for another chance as he's taken down. Whalers coach is looking for a penalty on that one. Now going the other way is McDonald. McDonald handing it back to Grace. Grace flipping it over into the open ice for Matatal. He'll play it in front. Clayton McIntosh trying to get a stick on that one. McIntosh with it now. He'll play it over to McDonald, and that pass goes a little bit far ahead. Craig losing it to McDonald. McDonald gets thrown into the boards. We're going to get another Whalers penalty here. I believe they'll call that one a boarding with just 55 seconds left. Bombers head to another power play. Once again, this power play is brought to you by the Pictou County Wellness Center in Stellarton, Nova Scotia. And the power play will start now after the refs talk things over. Perhaps not. And now the buzzer. Refs talking things over here with the Whalers bench. So now Chip will head to the box here. So a 5-on-3, which I won't lie, I don't know why. I didn't catch that second penalty, but here we go. Bombers 5-on-3. Battling in the corner for it. Anderson will get it out. As he looks up for Grace. Grace with a shot blocked in front. A big block from Sim there. Up for McDonald at the line. He'll play it over to Grace. Grace over to Anderson. He'll take a shot blocked in front by Norton Connors. Moved up. McDonald to Grace. Grace playing it over to Anderson to McDonald. McDonald playing it into the slot, and that one's cleared out by Sim. Playing it through now is Grace. Up into the Whalers zone. He'll play it over to McDonald. McDonald will walk in and cut back. Plays it in for Grace. Grace with a shot. That one goes in. The buzzer beater. And the Bombers capitalize on the power play. Grace getting his second of the game.
2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. That was at the 19:01.
So an unsportsmanlike was the second penalty there. And the Bombers will throw one in for a buzzer beater on the power play, making things 6-2. They'll head back here with 1:05 left on their power play. We'll be back in just a moment with the third period. This is U15 Majors on High Button Sports. And welcome back here, folks, to the third period of this matchup between the Whalers and the Bombers. Bombers are leading 6-2. They'll start this period with a minute and 5-second power play. That one's moved back. Ross playing it over. Whittemore moving it up, and Swain can't reach that one. Wakeham throwing it down the length of the ice for the Whalers' first clear of their penalty kill. Ross throwing it back for Whittemore. Whittemore up to Swain. Swain trying to flip that one up, but it's kept in by Bruce, and he'll throw it down in. Whittemore grabbing it. He'll try and play it up. That's hit off a leg and goes up for Wakeham, who throws it in, but here comes Whittemore the opposite way. Down into the corner. He'll move it up for Swain at the line. Swain making his way in, but Taylor will get his stick on it and keep the pressure on. Now Taylor bringing it the other way, trying to get that one out. He'll get it out to the neutral, and Whittemore will take it back into his own zone. As it's moved up, and Little couldn't get the tip on it there, so we'll get a Bombers icing. And we're back to even strength now, mind you. Bombers win that one back. They'll bring it out to the neutral. As that one goes over to Mosier, who throws it back in to the Bombers' head. Ross in the corner, moving it to Bowden. Bowden getting it to Cohen Little. He'll bring it in now, looking for his third of the game, and he'll take a shot on net. Almost tipped in, but Bowden is shut down by Black. A big save there as he makes the stretch over to reach that puck. Draw here in the Whalers' end now. Whalers getting it. Brown trying to move it out, and he will. But Grace grabs it in the neutral and goes back in. Craig getting it behind his net. He'll play it up. Reed intercepting. He'll play it back into the corner where Craig grabs it again, excuse me. Battling forward in the corner. Still battling for it. That one will sneak out, and there will be another battle along the boards. Whalers coming out with it. It's Leroux. Firing it up to Mosier. Mosier coming in with speed. He'll fan on that shot, and it's tipped out of his possession. Moved up to Bowden now. Skating his way in, and he can't get the shot off there as a couple bodies go down. Moved up to Mosier again. He'll skate his way past Grace, but Elijah Little's back to grab that one. Grace to Little. Cohen Little skating his way through. He'll try and make a drop pass, but he fans on that one, and it's moved back for McDaniel. Battling forward along the boards as it's moved over. A nice toe drag there by Anderson as he tries to make his way in. Whittemore pushing at that one. McDougall now bringing it across red. Playing it back, Little grabbing it. He'll play it off for Anderson. Anderson crossing red, bringing it in. He'll get across, gets the shot off, and it hits the shoulder. Rebound's alive, but it's kept out of the danger zone. Moved up, and Whittemore will throw it back into the Whalers' end. Fired down as they try to reach it to Wakeham, but that's intercepted by Cohen Little and moved to Anderson. Anderson making his way behind the net, moves it to Little in the corner. Corner up to McDaniel, and he didn't read that one as it gets poked through. Whittemore grabbing it, plays it over. McDaniel can't get a pass off there. Whittemore trying to poke that one away, but they'll get some help from Little, who's back. He throws it around. McDaniel chasing it in the corner. He'll move it up to Anderson. Anderson to Little. Little crossing blue. He'll take a shot on net, and it's gloved up by Black. Draw here in the Whalers zone. McDonald pushing that one through into the corner. He'll play it around. McIntosh getting there, and he's hit off that one. Moved up, Johnson getting it out to the neutral. Ross is back to grab it. Ross to Matitol. Back to Ross.
Congratulations to Danny Little on the 50-50 today.
Ross crossing blue. He'll walk into the corner and cut back. Playing it into the slot. McIntosh couldn't get his stick fully on that one. Whalers going the other way. Got to poke it through. A big shot there. Rebound still out. Still trying to get that one out of the danger zone. Gunn doing his best, and that one stays out. Moved around. Matitol racing for it. Morton Connors gets there first, and Chisholm tries to bring it the other way. Goes back for Leroux. Whalers trying to make a pass up. Mosier grabbing it. He'll bring it in now as he gets past Grace. But he can't get past Matitol because that stays in the corner. Brown trying to make a pass up. It's up for Miller. That pass is intercepted. Bowden now skating his way through. Crossing blue. Handing it back for Grace. Grace with a shot and a big save there from Black. Draw here in the Whalers' end. Pushed through by Bowden. Trying to get his way behind the net to grab that one as it goes around. Taylor trying to move that one through. He gets it up to Wakeham, who dumps it into the Bombers' end. Little moving it around. Reed playing it up. That's intercepted. Wakeham grabbing it. He'll lose that one as it's moved back to Reed. Reed chipping it by. Wakeham with a big hit there. McDougall, he'll bring it in, crossing red, crossing blue. But that one's poked away by Little. Now Little with it. He'll bring it into the neutral. Crossing red, into the Whalers zone. He'll dump it in for Bowden. That's moved back. Taylor grabbing it in the corner of his zone. He'll try and get it out to Wakeham. And we're going to get another penalty here against the Whalers. So Wakeham heads to the box. I didn't exactly catch what the penalty was called. But now the Bombers back on another power play opportunity. This power play, once again, brought to you by the Pictou County Wellness Center. Draw one back by the Bombers. Moved up to the line for Grace. Grace skating in, hands it over, and Anderson can't get a shot off there. It's back for Anderson. Anderson taking his time with it, moves it over to Grace. Grace playing it in for McDonald. McDonald playing it into the slot. Rebound's alive. And Little tries to flip it up high and in. Anderson grabbing the rebound off the glass. Up for Grace. Grace playing it over, and McDonald can't get the 1-tee off. And the Whalers will clear. 1:27 left here on that penalty. Anderson behind the net now. Moves it up. McDonald to Little. Little can't grab that one. And it's cleared down the length of the ice again by Taylor. Grace walking through. Moves it over to Anderson. Anderson walking in to the Whalers zone now. He'll cut back. Circling around in the slot. A shot on net goes on the outside of the netting to McDonald. McDonald playing it in behind the net, hits off of it. And it's cleared again by the Whalers. Having a good penalty kill here on this one. Grace grabbing it. Avoids Sim there. He'll walk in now. Grace. He'll cut back to the line. Moves it to Swain. Swain to Grace. Back to Swain. Swain to Grace. Grace over to McIntosh. A shot on net. And it's gloved up. Draw here in the Whalers zone. 20 seconds left on the Bombers' man advantage. As it's won back by the Bombers. Whittemore at the line. Moves it to Ross. Back to Whittemore. Whittemore to McIntosh. He'll skate in. Hands it back to Whittemore. Whittemore back to McIntosh. He'll walk in. And that one flips past his stick. Up to Whittemore. Whittemore in for Ross. Or Swain, excuse me. And he can't get the shot off. Whittemore keeping it in. He'll pinch. But that's moved up. Whalers grabbing it. Wakeham. 2-on-1. Wakeham's in. A shot on net. And he goes barred down and it stays out. What a shot. Miller moves it to Swain. Swain walking in to Ross. Ross trying to get the shot off. That one goes wide. As it's moved up, Whalers with possession and they'll dump it in. Maditol handing that one off for McDaniel. McDaniel over to Frazier. Frazier making his way out of the Bombers' end. He'll bring it into the Whalers zone. Skating in. Frazier with a shot goes high and flips up around the net. Bowden moving it up to the line for Maditol. Or McDaniel, excuse me. He'll move it in. Bowden in deep. He'll lose that one to Taylor. Taylor in his own zone, moves it to Chisholm. Chisholm moving it over to Mosier. Mosier with a spinorama there, trying to get a pass, but it's intercepted. Bowden battling for that one, trying to push that one through, but he gets stopped. Little grabbing it for him, however. He'll lose that one to Mosier. Mosier going the other way. Halfway through the third period now, excuse me. Reed playing it up for Bowden. Bowden walking his way in. He gets hit right in the slot there. Grace stopping Taylor on that one, but he'll grab it again. Taylor trying to get a shot off. It's blocked and moved up to Little. Little to Swain. Swain walking in now. He's got Anderson with him. Over to Anderson. Anderson, the forehand, backhand. What a goal. And the Bombers go up 7-2. .9:31 left to go here in the third. Bombers go up 7-2 off a goal from Anderson. I believe his second of the game as well. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to double check that one, but if so, then that would mean that there's 3 Bombers players this game looking for a hat trick. Grace, Little, and Anderson. As that one's moved up. Anderson with it again. He'll hand it over to Little. Little walking in, handing it to Anderson, and that shot goes wide. Wakeham playing it up, and Taylor couldn't get his stick on that one. Grace picks it up, moves it to Ross, back to Grace. Grace flipping up to Swain. Swain to Little. Little walking in now. A shot there. Rebound's alive, and Anderson can't backhand that one in as it was gloved up by Black.
Bombers goal, score number 12, Spencer Anderson. Assistant number 5, Isaac Swain. Number 11, Paul Miller. Number the goal, 10:29, third period.
Whalers winning that one as they take it back in their own zone. So that one goes down. Chip there. He'll fire it in to the Bomber zone. No icing on this play. Hands it back to Grace. Grace moving that one up. McIntosh with a nice tip pass to McDonald there in the slot. McDonald walking in. Trying to dangle his way through. And he'll lose his stick on that one, but it's up for Grace. Grace with a shot there. Rebound. Flips out for Johnson. And Johnson will get it out to the neutral. Miller's over his stick. Sim making a Miller grabbing that one. He'll bring it in across red. Miller walking in, a shot over to McDonald, and he can't bury in that one. Grace. Moving it over to Elijah Little. Elijah getting that one out to McIntosh. McIntosh to McDonald. McDonald in the slot, trying to get that one. And that rebound is picked up, and the Whalers will clear it. That one played down the length of the ice. Whalers grabbing it. And they're going the other way now. It's Mosier. Getting his way past McDaniel. Mosier in. He'll go for the spinorama. He doesn't like what he sees, so he'll keep it. Moves it to Taylor as that's over. Norton Connors with a shot on net. Rebounds alive. And that one is covered up by Gunn. Another big stop there. Draw one back by the Whalers on that one. So they take a shot, that goes wide. Taylor along the boards, playing it in. Down in deep for Brown. Brown battling for it, he'll get some help. Taylor moving it up. Norton Connors throwing it into the corner. And we're gonna get another Whalers penalty here. Looks like Mosier will head to the box here for cross-checking. This one will head back down to the Whalers zone. Bombers with another power play opportunity, this time for 4 minutes. So that was a major. This Bombers power play brought to you by Pictou County Wellness Center. One back by the Whalers. Norton Connors trying to play that one around, and McDonald couldn't race there in time. And it'll go back down for Mason Gunn. Gunn handing it off to Grace. Grace skating his way up to McDonald. McDonald playing it over to Anderson in the slot, and he can't get a shot off. Up for Grace, who keeps it in at the line. And it slips out, and Grace will have to race back for that one. It's moved over to McDonald. McDonald trying to play it in, hands it back for Little. Little playing it to Grace. Grace over to Anderson. Anderson, and that one's intercepted. A nice stick there from Taylor. Grace still with it though. Plays it in for McDonald. He'll cut back with it. Back up to Grace. Grace to Anderson. Anderson walking in, a shot, and it's tipped in front. Goes back around and down the length of the ice into the Bomber zone. Grace will pick it up. Couple moves there. They'll move it up to Ross, and Ross will tip it into the zone. That one goes over to Miller. Miller in the slot, can't keep a hold of that one as it goes back for Whittemore. Whittemore to Swain. Swain trying to move it through. He'll keep it at the line as he hands it over to Whittemore at the line. Whittemore. Down in. McIntosh, back to Whittemore. Back to McIntosh. He'll take a shot. And that one goes wide. Miller trying to put in the rebound. But that one stays out, thanks to Black. Back up for McIntosh to Whittemore. To McIntosh, a shot on net. And it tips wide. McIntosh grabbing it in the corner. He'll play it in deep for Miller. Miller moving it to McIntosh to Whittemore. Playing it in for Swain. Swain to Whittemore. Shot on net. Gloved up and it goes wide there. Miller to McIntosh. McIntosh to Whittemore. Back to McIntosh. He'll take another shot. That one's tipped in front and goes high. It goes back around. It'll exit the zone. Whittemore taking possession. He'll throw it back in as the Whalers get it back into the Bomber zone. But here comes Ross the other way. Ryan Ross cutting it back. Moving it to Anderson. Anderson to Grace. Grace walking in. Hands it over to Anderson. A shot on net. And that one goes wide off the stick of Black. Grace now to Anderson. Anderson back to Grace again. Played over to McDonald. McDonald playing it over to Anderson. A nice pass and a shot. And a big save there from Black, who gets across and gets the glove on it. Grace grabbing it. 46 seconds left here on this Bombers man advantage. As Bruce throws it in. Grace grabbing it. Grace crossing red. He'll bring it into the Whalers' end. Moving up to Little. Over to Anderson. To McDonald. McDonald a shot on. And I'm not sure if that one went in. It slipped through. But it looks like Black kept it out there. Draw here in the Whalers zone with 2:42 left to play. One back to Matatal. 20 seconds left on the Bombers power play. McDaniel playing it into McIntosh. He'll try to play it in the slot for Frazier, but that pass is blocked. Whalers throwing it out to the neutral. Matatal will take it back into his own zone. Matatal, McDaniel to Frazier. Frazier dangling his way through. Frazier in, a toe drag there, he gets around, plays it into slot for Reed, and he fans on the 1T. McIntosh, he'll play it in deep. Anderson to McIntosh into slot. He gets hit off that one. Now here comes Burton the other way. Eating his way in, a backhand shot just goes wide there. McIntosh trying to flip that one out. Wakeham grabbing it. Walking into the slot. He'll take a shot. Rebound. Sent back up to Wakeham. Another shot goes high. Picked up by Matatal. Matatal to Frazier. It's Frazier and Reed. A 2-on-1. Frazier to Reed. And he fans on that one as Leroux got back and got his stick in the way. Brown heading into the Bomber zone now with it. Brown, getting it around. Trying to get a shot on. He's hitting to the boards. And that moves up for McDonald. McDonald skating in. Back and another shot from Bowden, and it's covered up with 1:16 left to go. Draw here in the Whalers zone. One back by McDonald up to the line. And Whittemore can't keep that one in, so he'll skate back with it. Whittemore moving it to Little. Little back to Whittemore. Whittemore throwing it down for Bowden. Bowden will cross the blue line and head into the Whalers' end. Playing it to McDonald with a backhand shot. And that's covered up by Black. 57 seconds left here. Drawn back by the Whalers. They'll break it out of their zone into the neutral now. Norton Connors with it. He'll play it in. Off for Little trying to poke it around. Whittemore there. Little throwing it to Anderson. Anderson crossing blue. He'll skate in with it. That one's hit off a leg. Whalers going the other way. 26 seconds left to go here. It's Taylor skating his way in. Playing it off. Whalers trying to get a shot on. And they'll backhand that one in, excuse me. Taylor getting his second of the game. With 17 seconds left. Draw here at center ice, 17 seconds. Push through by Frazier off the draw. That one's played back. Johnson. He'll cross blue and throw it over to Sim. And that one's poked away by McIntosh. 7 seconds left to go here as the Bombers play it around. Whalers chasing back for it. And that'll be the game, folks. Bombers take the win, 7-3. As they get their first win since the Ice Jam Finals. Again, Bombers 7-3. Thank you for choosing High Button Sports for your